Yep. It is 9 a.m. here in Los Angeles. And it is Monday the 29th. Everybody loves Mondays. 29th of September, AD 2025. Hake music? What did I do? What do I do? And we're going to have a fun, loosey-goosey Mexican Monday show here on the Hake Report. You guys remember Mexican Monday? And nice. I was working on Suno, which is what Jake Hudson used to make some of those great pop country rap hits of the Hake Report. You know, for the Hake Report. And so I thought that I would try my hand and make music. Yes. Cumbias with Hake. It's AI. Probably annoying to those who don't like, who like the real thing. Eso. Is this Julieta Venegas? Oh, Lord. So we're going to get going here pretty soon, guys. Isn't it nice, though? Shout out. All right. You know that ICE agent? Let me just turn this down a little bit. Isn't that nice? You know that ICE agent who, allegedly pushed that gal on video? There was somebody on Reddit who said that guy definitely beats his wife. And I disclaim that, of course. I don't know. But I noticed that guy may have been Latino, and per capita, the Latinos have fewer qualms about slapping the women around, I think. From what I've heard. Anecdotally. All right? Isn't this kind of cool, though? Let me just check the streams, make sure I'm live everywhere. Yeah. What's up, punchy.tv/Hake? Do you like the accordion? I know I do. So, I thought that I would share that with you. Wasn't it kind of nice? I thought it was mildly amusing. And, a nice throwback since we're not allowed to play copyrighted music. Thanks a lot, Spotify, taking down my episodes. Just because, what was it? Was it Tooth and Nail taking them down, or what was it? I don't even know. So, whatever. The views expressed on this show do not represent those of Hake, Bond, JLP, Anchor Baby, Derek, the Black Producer, or anybody else at Bond or anything else, Take everything that you hear, think, and see, and read, and interpret from Hake with a grain of salt. It's lame. Lame, says Jules Verne. Nice to see it. No, it's not even the best Spanish type of music. And I'm not being mean, I'm being honest. We even celebrate Day of the Dead in America, says Jules Verne. Yeah, that's next month. Or a month from a few days from now or something like that. Terrible. Who's we, Jules Verne? Yeah, exactly. But anyway, thank you to Pastor Chatelet rating the stream, and everybody else. Looks like I'm live everywhere that I ought to be. So anyway, guys, yeah, you can super chat, you can call in. People are already on hold. So let's just get right on with the show.
1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, it's the Hake Report. The Hake Report. La la la. Oh, it's the Hake Report. The Hake Report. La la la.
There you go!
Oh, it's the Hake Report. The Hake Report. La la la. Oh, it's the Hake Report. The Hake Report. La la la.
So, how you guys doing? I'm fine. You like my shirt? I think it's all right. It's an okay shirt. I forgot that I owned it. I found it. I won't tell you where I found it. I'm not sure if it's straight. It does look like this side is pointing up a little bit. So I don't necessarily recommend you're taking a risk if you get this shirt, if you get one for yourself. Maybe I shouldn't try to talk you guys out of getting this shirt. But it's hake.printify.me if you want to get yours. Or if you want to really take a risk, you go to Teespring. Spring, that is, creator-spring. hake.creator-spring.com. hake.creator-spring.com. Or hake.printify.me. The Creator Spring thing, they may be back. They may be back. I feel like I got every order that I placed last October, maybe last month. So it took within a year, you may receive it, assuming that, and I wish them well, and I hope that they succeed. If they succeed, we succeed, right? What's up, Coffee Talk with Sandra? Thank you for the cookie. Taking risk. Hey. Okay, so I would like to get to a call here before I get going into the show. James in Maryland is on the line over here. James, what's up, man?
Yes. Hake, I would like to say that...
you know what, James? You're actually banned. You're not allowed to call in. I forgot. My bad. Yeah, James is too iffy. So you're not allowed to call in, man. Thanks for calling, but no go. I forget whether I banned you yet, but now you're banned. You can't call in. I'd forgotten, but thank you, sir. You are respectfully banned. Respectfully, of course. We have to be respectful, and especially in these times, because people are, it's angry times on many sides. All right. So you can call in, one line open, 1-888-775-3773. There are, and you can super chat as well. There were some super chats I neglected to get to. Let me actually get to those. All right. So, thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am. Over on buymeacoffee.com/The Hake Report, Popcorn, Thump Keg, responded on Friday to something I had said, and I neglected to read it. I don't even know if it came in before I finished. I think it did, though. If you look at these. Oh, Lord. Here, let me make sure that I'm logged in properly. But Popcorn did a follow-up because it seems like everybody is so concerned with whether our greatest president, Donald J. Trump, has anger, or whether JLP or Hake are quote-unquote hypocrites, which is, as Lin Yan Chin points out, it's a meaningless term. All right? Hypocrite, because who's not a hypocrite? Who's not a liar, right? Cesar Caesar. Yeah. Okay, so Popcorn states, just a quick rebuttal on what you said. It always strikes me as a dodge when you call people blind or intellectual. Well, what strikes you what it strikes you as is not necessarily the thing that you should believe, because that's an impulse. Don't necessarily believe that thought. It sounds good, but it doesn't add anything to the exchange, in my opinion. Popcorn, have no opinions. Let me explain what it means to be blind or intellectual. Blind means you're not open to it and you're not going to see it. Your eyes are closed. All right? So it's kind of like you can present all of the facts and somebody will still deny it. They will see it the way that they see it and not see it the way that other people see it. It's called a difference of opinion. And for example, if there were something to come out to implicate Obama as meddling in the election to try to mess with Trump and to try to prevent Trump from, doing his job and getting elected and all those things, the pro-Obama people would make all kinds of excuses for it because they are blind. That's an example of blind. They will rationalize anything. A woman will rationalize all kinds of insanity. You heard that on The Fallen State. And that's intellectual. Intellectuals rationalize wrong as right. And in fact, they will intellectualize right and make it wrong. For example, everybody's trying to be intentional. The hippies, the women, the LGBTs, and everybody else are trying to do intentional stuff. Mindfulness. Mess. And they're getting in their heads about it. There was a caller today on the JLP show who's like, I don't believe my thoughts. And then he spent the whole call believing his thoughts. So anyway, that's what I mean by intellect. You refer to the intellect rather than simplicity, seeing. I don't know if that helps. Anytime the great white hope is attacked verbally, he hits back, claims Popcorn. And it's okay to you, but for other people, you guys say, why are you bothered by words? Who cares what others say about you? Why do you feel the need to respond? Even in the snake pit. That's right, the snake pit is the live chat. But how do you know what's going on in Trump's heart? How do you know that Trump is bothered by words? You don't know if he's bothered by words. Just saying if you made solid arguments, even if I disagreed, I could say you made an argument. But you don't hear my arguments. You don't hear anything. It's like there was this one guy who didn't listen to the arguments in favor of bringing refugees from South Africa. And he couldn't hear the arguments. He just mischaracterized what the argument was. So you can't hear arguments. Here's why I don't think the great white hope has anger, for example. Or here's why his anger is righteous. And it's like you guys don't even hear me, Popcorn, when I say, look at his attitude. Does Trump have the same attitude as the angry callers who call into my show? The openly angry callers or callers. I've seen you in Destiny debate, by the way. I don't see anything snakish, nor from David Pacman. Of course you don't. Why do you say that? I don't even think of Destiny as a snake. I wasn't referring to him. I was referring to Destiny as dangerous right now because of how crazy he's talking right now. Whether he's trolling or serious, he is seriously trolling. And that's not when somebody's seriously trolling, steer clear. And I'm not saying he's serious, and I'm not saying he's trolling, but he's seriously trolling. I mean, there's these clips of that guy, of many people actually, justifying anger and blaming it on Trump, and it doesn't make any sense. And justifying fear, encouraging, wishing fear on people. It's not right. Why do you say that? Consider the conversation at least. I considered it, and I shall consider it forever, as the American Indians say. So I'm like, sorry, I missed this Monday, hopefully. Saying you're angry is different from displaying, stated Hake on Friday, the darkness of anger. Trump says he's angry, but displays an unshakable attitude. You can't shake that guy. You ever seen a wild-eyed person where he just suddenly gets wild-eyed? You never seen that in Trump. You never seen him heated. That I've seen. Telling the big picture truth. That's Trump. Telling the big picture truth. He stays on point. Take Trump as a reflection of Jesus or God. That's what we're supposed to be, right? The image of God on earth. The mind, godly. They got tough at times, Jesus and God did, called people out at times, but never pridefully. He wasn't pridefully calling people out. But Mark, my caller, one of my angry callers, displays anger, or did. Maybe he repented over the weekend. And false pride and immature. That guy is so immature, or was immature. He was like gleeful at ticking people off. And you guys saw that. Even you blind, judgmental people could see that. He gets into his head and says things that aren't true, quick to misjudge. He worries and frets about the future. Oh, our white country is never going to cease to exist. And Trump, JLP says that, but he's not worrying and fretting. But Mark is worrying and fretting. Trump never worries or warns of what's coming, but he ultimately knows nothing is a big deal. And I learned that from the American anchor, baby. Awesome. So thank you, Popcorn. On that note, Anthony says, Happy Monday, Hake. Thank you, Anthony. I was going to respond to Stephen's audacious statement comparing blacks living into America to Copts, Coptic Christians, living in Egypt. But I'm curious, did Stephen think getting acid thrown on him, being burned alive, and having his ancient churches and monasteries bombed every month comparable to being black in America? Interesting question. Is that what's going on in Egypt? Dang. Copts in Egypt being black in America. Wow. But then Stephen admitted he earned his job, so it saved me the trouble of exposing his own contradictions. Reminds me of Whoopi. Who named the kid Whoopi? Was she named Whoopi? By her parents? Oops. Oh, Lord. Whoopi. Whoopi. Karen Elaine Johnson. Known professionally. She named herself Whoopi. Whoopi. Goldberg. Oh, so Goldberg isn't even her last name. She just wishes she was Jewish. She's Karen Elaine Johnson. Caryn. Who knew? Born in 55. Well, I didn't know she's young. American actor, actress, I call it. Comedian. No, it's comedian. E-N-N-E, right? Author, S. And television personality, S. Numerous accolades. Emmy, Grammy, Academy Award, Tony Award, EGOT, Emmy, Grammy, Oscar, Tony. Mark Twain Prize for American Humor in 2001. And since then, she's just been downhill. She was all right in Sister Act. That's all I care about. And even that, I didn't really care that much about. But it was, it was a nice movie. And then part 2 with Reno and Gomorrah. There she is. Look, even then she's looking a little bit better in 2024. What happened? That's odd that she looked that good in 2024. It's like she's purposely trolling us to look as bad as possible. But this one, she doesn't look too bad. I mean, I've sort of gotten used to this thing, so I just kind of overlook this whole Predator haircut. Is that Predator? Predator braids. Let's see. Yeah. Scary. Oof. Not my style. Anyway, thank you. How'd that happen? Oh, reminds me of Whoopi compared Iranians living in Iran to being black in America. Silly goose. Anyway, I don't comment much about your specific black callers because they don't even know what discrimination is. They never experienced it in America. It was interesting hearing him debunk his old black victim spiel or spiel, if you prefer, in the same breath, then compensated for the poor comments made about Charlie. Nice. Rest in peace, Charlie, and God bless America. Right on. Anthony. An ego is real, not to be confused with evil is real. Ego states, congrats, making it to from 15K to 16K YouTube subscribers and only checks notes 4 years. Shadow banning for the win. Laughing face with tears coming out. I don't know. It's not. As Lin Yan Chin called it, it was, I have been a poor cultivator. All right. So anyway, after Jim Jordan published that YouTube monetization would be restored, canceled creators would be reinstated, Google has since walked it back with a limited pilot program that has not yet started, and it'll be only for selected channels, says Ego is real. Yeah, I saw that. I should check my notes on that. YouTube. Okay. Ego is real on YouTube. Nice. I should check it real quick. And then I'll get to the calls, guys. We'll see. We'll see what's going on. Whoopi just lets people think her parents named her that. Yeah, I know, man. All right. Let me get to Diego out of California on the line here. Diego, thanks for calling and holding. What's up?
Hey, what's up, Hake? I don't know if you remember me, but I called about 2 weeks ago.
Okay.
Regarding a breakup with a girl who had a box of her ex. I don't know if that rings a bell.
And a box?
But, yeah, like she created a memorabilia of her ex.
Yeah, she had like a little altar. Or not an altar, but a little shadow box thing for mourning her past. I vaguely recall this, yeah.
Yeah.
Were you living with her?
No. We were living separately.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm laughing because I heard this song. I played it for myself, where it's these little kids rapping, and they're saying, "That's not right. That's not right." And at one point they say, "Okay." Shout out to the black kids. Nice. Anyway, go ahead.
They're black.
Yeah.
No, anyway, so the father actually ended up reaching out to me.
Her father?
And yeah. Like this so-called Christian man, you know, going to church every Sunday, reading the Bible, things like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he basically said, "Hey, I don't take lightly to anyone hurting my family. Our actions come with consequences. And, like, hopefully you could look back and realize this had to happen for you to come closer with Jesus. And then, as a result, you're no longer welcome to contact me or my daughter.
Oh, cool.
We go our separate ways. And if you disrespect me and my family's decision, there will be consequences."
Ooh.
And then he was like, "Also, I want all my daughter's belongings dropped off in a bag." And I was like, "Okay." I was like, once I read that, I was like, "All right, cool."
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean?
What do you mean? All right, cool.
Like in terms of closure.
Stay close to your phone. Stay close to your phone.
Sorry. In terms of closure, like I think I needed that.
You think you needed? Don't use the term closure, man. You're a grown man. But
No.
Okay, so you're. Okay, all right. I agree with you. That is clarity.
Yes,
the sounds like the father is being overprotective of his daughter's ego, I guess. What did you do to his daughter?
I went on the Instagram live and like it was like explicit content, and then that was it pretty much. I was just basically looking at porn, and she was like, "Yeah, you cheated on me, so it's over."
Oh, okay. Okay, so you went on your own time to look at dirty video women. And she caught you somehow. And I don't need to know how, whatever, blah, blah, blah. Women are nosy. Yeah. And she judged you. Because women are judgmental. Shout out. And then so she cut it off with you. You cheated on me.
Yes, sir.
So
Yes,
were
sir.
you? So was your girlfriend? Never mind. I was about to name drop somebody from an old Punchy TV guest. I was gonna say, was your girlfriend such and such from Punchy TV guest several months back?
No,
Okay, so
probably not. Probably not.
she broke up with you, and you're like, dang, I messed it up. And I remember now
Yeah.
because I'm like, dude, let her go, let it go.
Yeah.
You don't
Yeah.
need it. It's better for you. It's better for her.
Mhm.
Even though women break up for dumb reasons and stuff, it's still right. It's still right to be
Yeah.
broken up. Let's say
Yes, sir.
yeah. There's a caller who he felt that he may have pushed his wife, I guess, too much in terms of hounding her on the truth, quote unquote. And he may
Mhm.
have, who knows? I don't know. When you're in
Mhm.
darkness, you're always second guessing and doubting yourself. But whatever the case, she left, leave her be. And I love that the father said, don't contact us again because you
Yeah.
shouldn't. You shouldn't.
Yeah.
Whether he's right or wrong or whatever, or puffed up on his ego and being all dramatic. Why do you have her stuff? Did you guys do sleepovers or something? No, you don't have to answer that.
No, no, she would just occasionally have some shirts like that we would both use. It would kind of be like a unisex shirt, like
Oh
both men and
no!
women could wear.
Don't say
Yeah,
this live on national radio.
it's okay. It's all right.
No, that's embarrassing. Don't be saying that. That's funny. That's
No, just
see,
tell the
that's
truth.
cute for a girl to admit to or mention or brag about, but it sounds
Maybe,
awful for a guy to admit this and say it.
maybe I shouldn't have said that.
Well, don't worry about it. It's just your ego that's gonna be like, why did I say that? I sound so dumb.
It's okay. It's okay.
So,
Oh man, no, yeah.
thank you for the
But I
update.
dropped. Yeah, yeah.
So you
I
dropped
just
off
dropped
her
it off
stuff
and
and
yep.
respectfully
And
said your goodbyes. And are you looking down on the father?
no, I was at first, but
Yeah.
I was like, you know what? No, it's okay.
Yeah. Because
Like,
people get caught up in all self-righteous and they make fools of themselves. And everybody's done that. You cut people slack because they're blind. As Jesus said, they know not what they do. And he didn't do anything to you. He just sent you a text that meant to clown you, but he played himself.
yes, sir.
Yeah. Thank you for the update, man.
All right. Yes, sir. Thank you.
So,
Thank you for taking my call.
So there's nothing in you that's kind of gloating or gleeful that these looking down on these people that you think they're stupid or anything?
I mean, I don't think they're stupid. I mean, deep down, I think they're making like a very emotional decision, and that's okay. Like, I just wanted to be good in the sense of like, hey, you know what, like, I wanted to be upfront and take accountability. I'm sorry I hurt your daughter, and just things like that. Like, leave it like that. But I don't know, like, he kind of said, get out of my life, which is fine, but I just kind of wanted
So
to
did you
have
respond
somewhat
at
of
all to that text, or did you just take the stuff?
No.
So you
No,
didn't
I just
respond to
took
the
the stuff.
text. So he hasn't heard back from you other than you delivering her stuff.
Correct, yeah.
And when you delivered the stuff, did you see any of them or talk to any of them?
No, I just dropped it off.
Dropped it outside on the porch or
Yeah.
something?
Yeah.
Okay, so you haven't contacted them whatsoever, period.
Correct. Since then, like, since the father reached out, I have not contacted them, no.
Yeah. Well, that's the way to do it, I think. So
Yes,
that
sir.
yeah. That way you don't, because it's only bad if you contact them.
Yeah.
Because that is actual disrespect. But
Yes, sir.
why would you want to say you're sorry for hurting her? You didn't hurt her.
I mean, because that's what, he said. So, like, I just wanted to come clean and say, hey, I really messed up. And I don't know. I guess I just wanted to give them some sort of I guess, closure, I guess. But I wanted things to be like, okay, I wish you, kind of like how Jesse Lee Peterson says, like, I wish you well, all right, I wish you well, bye, kind of thing. Like, that's what I wanted to do.
Yeah.
But I don't think, you know, they took it that way, and that's okay.
Oh,
Like,
had you already wished them well, or her well?
No, I had wished her well, but I fell in
told
love
her
with
I wish you well.
Yeah, like I literally said, like when we broke up, I was like, hey, I wish you well, like take care. And but I don't know, I felt it.
And
to
you said
do it
that
to the
because you
family, and-
learned that's what you're supposed to do.
Correct. Yeah.
But saying you wish them well is different from actually wishing them well. I don't know if
Yeah.
you should even have said that.
Oh. Okay. Oops.
Yeah. Oops.
Oh. Dang.
Because what it sounds like to me is you want positive feelings. You want to end off on a positive, feel-good note
yeah.
to make them
That is
feel
100%.
good. But making them feel good, and it sounds like they're both wrong, and you're
Okay.
wrong too. But they're
Mhm.
wrong, and why would you want to make them feel good being wrong? Not that she's wrong to break up with you. I think it's good that she's breaking up with you, but why would you want them to feel good for having judged you?
Oh, I'm not sure. I think that's something
I know
gotta
why.
reflect.
I know why. Because you're a white Hispanic male. I'm assuming that you're Hispanic and
Yeah,
a white
you're right.
Hispanic. And all white Hispanic males are mama's boys who are people pleasers.
Yeah, that's a people pleaser for sure. Not a mama's boy.
Yeah,
People pleaser,
not a
yeah.
mama's boy.
No.
What's a mama's boy?
I think the mama's boy is like kind of like listening. Like grew up closely with mom. My definition is grew up closely with mom and listens to like whatever the mom says. Like kind of as they grow older, you know, if the so-called boy gets married, then he'll have his mom like live with them, like kind of thing. Like very, very close to his mom. Like
Okay.
As Jesse mentioned, yeah, that's what I got.
So you were close to your father and not your mom?
I was close to both of them, but I was close more to my father.
Nice. Are you the oldest or
Yeah.
something, or the middle child?
I'm actually the youngest.
Okay.
Yeah.
And but when you were with this gal,
Mm-hmm.
were you kind of boyish, and she was kind of like a mother sometimes?
But yes, but when she was acting like a mom, I would like stand up and be like, "Hey, like you can't." Like she would try to yell at me, and I'd be like, "No, you can't yell at me like that. Hey, like chill."
Nice.
And she'd get upset because I would correct her, and then like she just start crying, and then the whole thing just blows up out of nothing.
Is it mama to want people to feel good about you? Or is it a father's love or a mama's love to want other people to feel good about you?
I think that's mama's love.
So that I don't think that you and I necessarily know the depths of what a mama's boy truly is, and how rooted in it is. You have a glimpse of it maybe, and you're like, no, wait a minute, this is wrong. But it's a deeply rooted thing to root out. You're being perfected.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Nice, Diego.
Yeah.
Fun call. Appreciate the update.
Yeah. I'll keep on working on myself and doing the silent prayer and just focusing on myself. But,
Nice.
But thank you. I'm definitely gonna reflect on what you told me about today. Thank you.
Right on, dude. Thank you for the follow up.
Yes, sir.
What'd you think about my Mexican Monday music? I don't know if you heard it.
I did. Very nice.
Really?
Yeah.
Did you ever grow up listening to cumbias or whatever that thing is? Whatever that stuff was?
It was on and off. Like sometimes we would, but sometimes we wouldn't.
Nice.
But yeah.
Right on. Well,
Alrighty.
I quote unquote wish you well.
Okay,
So-
I quote unquote wish you well too, sir.
Take care.
All right, take care. Bye.
Bye. Alex in Cali, California. Alex, thanks for calling, man. What's up?
Hakey Bear,
Hey.
you're pretty darn good with that Mexican radar vibe.
Thank you, man. I
remember when I first called, you actually asked me if I was part Mexican because you could hear it in my voice.
Yeah, and that's because you and I were raised amongst Mexicans, I guess.
Right, we have Mexican mannerisms, and it's noticeable.
Right.
Because I had a white friend / coworker who would always say, "Okay," and he was all into rap and black people. So that's it's just ringing true.
Yeah.
So yeah, I have two things. First thing, what did you think about that whole crowd of followers walking out on your boy, Bibi?
Yeah. So I saw a headline about this that Bibi spoke and he faced walkout. He spoke to the UN, right? In America, I guess. And people walked out on him. And you're right. You're right. I don't know if I'm pretty sure that you're not being facetious about calling them followers that walked out on him.
A little dash of yeah.
Facetiousness. Well, I could see a man like you walking out because you're more based than Mark, my caller from Los Angeles. It's just that you hide your power level better. But you would walk out as a man not following. But I feel like there. Yeah. What's that?
Hide my power level. That's funny.
Yeah. But do you think that there were followers among those who walked out?
Well, if it's
As well
three
as
or
leaders?
more in whatever it is, it's a crowd and they're following, right?
Yeah, true. I found it. They of course don't sway me. They make me dig in even more, if anything. But of course, we shouldn't be moved. But either way.
Right. Just seems like a burning building falling down right now. A house of cards or whatever.
Yeah, it's
Paper
not.
tiger.
That is a fair point. That just because he's unpopular, doesn't mean that he's right. You know how when the world is turning on you, sometimes you take that as justification that you're right. You're like, oh, they're turning on me like they turned on Jesus, but that's not true.
Yeah, I mean that's all perspective. You know, who knows if that's what he thinks? But
Yeah.
if we're going with
I'm not thinking that he thinks that. I'm just thinking that. I still like Bibi, as you know. I heard that he said something that was insulting to Americans. That he's going to not let us have a bad opinion of Israel or something like that.
Yeah, and they got that Samson Accord or whatever, where if anything happens to them, they just nuke the whole world.
Wouldn't you do that too? I don't know.
You know what? He probably. Who knows?
Yeah.
These high stress situation questions like that, I don't know. Like I get flustered still, and I try to check myself to not make knee jerk reactions anymore out of that flustering. You know.
Yeah.
And it can be tough. So I don't know if I'd walk out or I'd stay and talk smack. But I mean, if we're gonna frame whoever's thinking as the world's turning on them, it may not have been in their best interest to be calling all of us anti-Semitics and not even allowing us to say the word Jew. Like,
Yeah.
who else has that kind of special treatment? It's absolutely insane. And it just took a long, long time for people to realize that we're all not special and they're special. They have these special rules. So
Right.
it's just interesting. So.
Yeah, it is.
And then we're seeing it unfold in real time. The whole world, well, not the whole world, but the majority of the world walked out on him. So,
Right.
I guess a quick question is Bibi a liberal?
I think he probably is. But I don't
And then
know
I'm
for
guessing
sure.
all the people that walked out were probably liberals too.
Yeah, I would think that they're largely liberals. Most of the world is liberal in that they're emotional and they have
Fallen state.
they support things like feminism and stuff like that, equality, mess like that.
Right.
So in that sense, they are all liberals. So-called equality, of course. Nobody really means it.
Right. Well, yeah, it's just interesting to see it unfold in real time. We're
is.
living in such an interesting time right now. So many things are happening all the time.
Yeah.
What was my call was about? Yeah, so recently, like during the weekends, I get a little annoyed because basically all of you guys take the weekends off, and then there'll be like 3 or 4 mass shootings in 3 days, and I don't get to hear the news from you guys. I have to go scour it from other channels. So to cope with that on the weekends, I've been listening to like World War II stuff, just because it's like filler to fill up the silence. And I was listening to like the German side, and we never really get to hear that, and how evil the Soviets were, and how everybody just picks on the Nazis. You know, it's like they did this, they did that. It's like, okay, well, the Soviets did the same exact stuff to the Germans, if not worse. As you know, when they captured their prisoners and everything. It just shows you, it's like, it doesn't matter who they are or what piece of land they're born on. People are just so evil. Like if you push them far enough, they'll remove your skin and hang it from a tree and do all sorts of horrible things to their prisoners. And I don't know, like I think it's very one-sided. You know, I've never heard of any of this stuff when I was a kid. It was always just the Nazis were the bad guys and everyone else was good, and we beat the bad guys. And it's just like, okay, well, life's not so amazing right now, so I almost have like a resentment to our WWII vets. It's like, you guys kind of, I don't know, maybe beat the wrong people, and now life sucks for the rest of us. So,
right.
I don't know.
Yeah, it is interesting how dishonest history, so-called, is, or incomplete. It just totally fails.
And I mean, when the soldiers are out there doing their thing and they get pushed into madness, they do unspeakable things to each other, and it doesn't really matter if they're Jays or not. You know, everybody's capable of some pretty crazy evil.
That's right. Totally right, man.
So that's pretty much all I have for today. And hope you have a wonderful and smooth rest of the show.
Sounds good, Alex. I appreciate that. Take care, man.
Good.
Very cool. Shout out. My caller just now, Alex, he brought up a horrific thing that was done. Cesar Caesar bought 3 coffees. No message. Let me bring that in and make sure that I am logged in, that it may or may not have a message. All right. Indeed, it has no message. Thank you, sir. Just showing his faithful support. But if we mosey on over to the HakeReport.com, there was something that I had that I had seen on Drudge Report. And Ann Coulter posted about, and I almost showed it to you guys on Friday. Not showed it, but told you about it. It's a warning. It's a graphic situation. Kids, ladies, faint of heart. I wonder if I reposted it on my James Anton Hake. Maybe not, but maybe. This was funny, by the way. In a world of Taylor Swift's, Ariana Grande's, and Katy Perry's, isn't it Katy? Let our daughter's role model be Erika Kirk. No, man. What in the world? What on earth? Nice. Anyway, actually, that was in response to this guy, Tim Allen, saying when Erika Kirk spoke the words on the man who killed her husband, that man, that young man, I forgive him. That moment deeply affected me. Tim Allen is the guy from Home Improvement. Remember the sitcom from the 90s, I guess it was? actor guy. He has another sitcom on like ABC or something. I have struggled for over 60 years to forgive the man who killed my dad, capital D dad. I will say those words now as I type. I forgive the man who killed my father, quote unquote. And he states, peace be with you all. OFC, which means, of course, Tim Allen. OFC Tim Allen is his at on X. He played Santa one time. That was not my favorite Tim Allen performance. He played Buzz Lightyear. That's right, he did a good job as Buzz Lightyear. The Tool Man, Tim the Tool Man. Mike Baxter, not sure. There he is. Being a Christian. I don't know, or I forgot that somebody killed his dad, Tim Allen. But anyway, the point is, Ann Coulter posted about this too. Our new country is going to be great. Here, let me see if I can find it, because the headline that she showed was pretty interesting. If we go over here, Ann Coulter, she always states this. She's a former JLP guest, blah, 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 blah. Let's find out latest. Come on. Well, maybe it's right here. If I go to her thing and just scroll and scroll and scroll. Does she tweet too much? Did you believe it or not? I used to listen to a woman. I used to have her on notifications on. And then she retweeted Cernovich, and I followed Cernovich. Here it is. And and I turned off notifications for her eventually. Our new country is going to be great. Brutal killing of 3 women. Live streamed on social media. Shocks Argentina. Live streamed on TikTok, I heard. Torture and killing of 3 young women. One of them was 15, all right? So you would call that a girl in some places. Buenos Aires. In Buenos Aires, good air. That is the capital of Argentina. Has stunned the country, setting off worries about the increasing presence of drug cartels. Thank you, beautiful Ann Coulter. No E at the end of Ann, A-N-N. Author of Adios America. That's why I always say Adios America. See? Hake loves women. And so I read up on this. Drudge. Warning, graphic description. In South America, 3 women R-worded, raped, tortured, and executed on a horror TikTok live stream watched by dozens after a haunting kidnapping, according to the U.S. Sun. The Sun, a far-left foreign outlet that has a U.S. thingamajigger. 2 were accused of stealing cocaine. 2 out of these 3 gals were accused of stealing coke. Cocaine. Don't steal coke, kids. It's wrong. Here's one of the gals. I think she's the 15-year-old. Does she look 15? Did she get work done on her lips, by the way? Wow. She's a 15-year-old, right? Lara, L-A-R-A, Lara Gutierrez. Youngest victim of the sadistic murders. Terrible, huh? Here's another gal. Brenda del Castillo. Found with a skull fracture and a stomach cut open. Ooh. Light-skinned white Latina. And this other gal, Verdi, V-E-R-D-I, reportedly asphyxiated with a plastic bag. Oof! They're so pretty, these gals. How are you going to do that to them, these gals? It's like the ICE agent who shoved the lady who was harassing him, physically assaulting him. The youngest victim oh, no. Let me go up to the top. I don't know if I really need to read this article, because I already read it. Here's the summary. 2 of them were accused, 2 of those 3 girls, accused of stealing coke, 4 kilos of coke. KG to LB. 1 kilogram is 2.2 pounds. So 4 times 2 is 8.8 pounds of coke. That's a lot, I think. Because how much do you sniff when you sniff it? Well, not you, but much does one sniff when one sniffs it? It's snort. But whatever. Don't do that, kids. Or adults. One of them, 15, all done up as if she was grown. I guess she was. Maybe, you know, over there they do all this makeup and stuff. The others were 20 and 21. They don't say who was live streaming. I wonder who was live streaming. Was it the gang live streaming, or were they live streaming, or what? How? It was reportedly watched by dozens of people. They went missing for like 5 days from like last Friday, okay? No. 2 Fridays ago by now. Found buried in a garden. Ooh. They were tricked into a car to go to an event, or event, depending on your preference of pronunciation. Allegedly in a plot by an unnamed, I don't know why it's unnamed, international drug trafficking gang planning to kill them in a house. They cut off one gal's all of her fingers before doing her in. Ooh. Per the Sun, it's a tabloid, okay? So one had a plastic bag over her head to do her in. Another had her stomach, quote unquote, which is to say could be belly, tummy, whatever, cut open. Because the stomach is a specific part, right? Inside of the belly, but what we call it the stomach. Oh, my stomach. But it could be your guts as opposed to your stomach. Anyway, they called it a local gang, but also international. That's confusing. They claimed the gang leader behind the plan was a Peruvian. He was from Peru. A Peruvian national who fled the country. Presumably he fled Argentina, where this allegedly took place. But they have arrested 4 so far. What does it say? Oh, brown brutality. On another level, because you know how they always talk about police brutality? I'm like, well, we got to deal with black brutality. But the brown brutality, if you want to call them brown, this drug cartel brutality is on another level. Now, even this is pretty rare, I guess. Or is it rare? I don't know. You heard from Alex talking about somebody's skin getting hanged from a tree. I didn't follow up with him to find out if that was what the Soviets, one Soviet or multiple, actually did. And I heard that ISIS took inspiration. Remember ISIS 10 years back, or plus or minus? They took inspiration from drug cartels, right? I remember seeing like on Live Leak or some horrible scenery when I first became producer of the Jesse Lee Peterson show. A chainsaw. A man using a chainsaw. You're not supposed to do that on another man? That's wrong. That's not right. Wow, what a mess. Kirsten states they got them hooked, you mean like on the drugs, and then set them up in order to make a, oh, I've heard of that type of thing. South America is into femicide, killing women. It's a norm, she says. Yeah, Paint Slinger 86 remembers the chainsaw to the neck. Not right. Where's the Vadi clip? Vodi. I'm blanking. Oh, yeah. I don't know. I don't even know if he actually did interview that guy, the dude. So, interesting, Kristen. Yeah. You know, I think of Central and South America as being very sexual. And when you're like that, you're also very murderous. A lot of the time, you know, passion. The passion of the sensual and the passion of the violence. Am I going to play the audio? You want me to play this? Was this? It did look like there was a video with it, huh? This is so crazy, though. Stampede at a political rally. I wonder what that is. I will see if there's any real video. Yeah, it looks like there will be. Oh, see, look at this. There's propaganda. Oh, why did it do that? What? Okay, so you're going to make me look at this liberal propaganda, liberal ice cream propaganda for 30 seconds for me to play this video clip that may not even be worth playing.
Los datos preliminares de la autopsia.
All right, so.
Parece ponemos los datos preliminares de la autopsia, lo leemos juntos.
Okay, this is truly Mexican Monday. Not Mexican, but Argentine Monday.
¿Te parece ponemos los datos preliminares?
I hope he's not cussing. You guys better not lead me astray. Lord Spike Protein, is he in the chat? Translate. Do they speak Spanish in Argentina, or is it something else? Let me listen very closely.
¿Te parece ponemos los datos preliminares de la autopsia, lo leemos juntos?
Por favor.
Asesinadas en distintos momentos.
Okay. Let me read the captions. 3 women brutally tortured, R-worded, and executed on a horror TikTok live stream after being kidnapped by narco thugs. Wow, and Kristen brought up a good point. It's like basically schmornography, but doing them in at the end, and that's what people are kind of into. There's some people who are kind of into that. Kidnapped by narco thugs.
Los datos preliminares de la autopsia lo leemos juntos.
3 women brutally... Oh, I already said that.
Por favor.
Cops said the sadistic torture, sadistic being taking pleasure in inflicting pain on others, right? Or at least in others being in pain, was watched by dozens after a local gang in... Dozens of who? But anyway, in Argentina, reportedly tricked the trio and snatched them away.
Asesinadas en distintos momentos. Signos.
They were last seen getting into a vehicle voluntarily because they had been invited to an event.
Que podrían evidenciar.
Not knowing they were falling into a trap set for them by an international drugs trafficking gang which had hatched a plan to do them in. Kill.
Torturas, lo que les anticipamos hace un rato.
I understood torture. He said tortura. Oh, so there's your little clip. Are you happy? A mess. You people. As Ann Coulter said, our new country is going to be great because we're bringing in all kinds of people who are doing all kinds of crazy things. This is a little bit, cover your eyes and ears, but look at this. Okay, so this is a white man over in Colombia. Man bumps into a woman who actually drugged and robbed him. Cover your eyes, kids, ladies. Here, let me cover them. Oh. She's playing victim. These women and children, they act like they're innocent. They'll rob you crazy, rob you blind. This was from Hodge Twins on IG some weeks back. This guy is like, and I don't want to play it too much because he was like cussing up a storm, I would imagine. Not that I blame him. It's just that I don't want to play it on my show, okay? And the cops stopped this gal, and she needs to cover up a little bit better, but an American tourist in Medellin, they pronounce it, Medellin? Sorry. He was drugged with devil's breath, scopolamine, or something like that, by a woman whom he met out one night after sharing a drink, and he was sober. He didn't mean to drink, I think. Something like that? I don't know. He blacked out for nearly 20 hours because she scopulated him. Look, she looks innocent. Look, she's just so pretty, she wouldn't do anything to hurt anybody. Look at that nice hair. Is that her natural hair? Could be. Anyway, he blacked out for nearly 20 hours. Woke up to find his phone, computer, and valuables gone. but he tracked her down himself. Because, I mean, they're so run with crime, they can't babysit your little crime that they don't care about you anyway. Cameras caught the confrontation in public. He accused her of spiking his drink, robbing him. Now, this is all allegedly, okay? She denied it, but later evidence linked her to another case, and she was arrested. Scopolamine, pardon my butchering of the phrase, of the term, pronunciation. Look at this guy, white guy, looks tough. Is no joke, causes blackouts, memory loss of free will. Victims hand over everything without resistance. Overdoses can be fatal. 50,000 plus incidents in Colombia every year, most unreported. I don't know how if it's unreported, how do they know that it's happening? But I guess they can sort of, estimate probably with some reasonable accuracy, I suppose. Never leave your drink unattended. Most victims are single men traveling alone because they're simps. They're like, oh, the attention of a woman? Yes, please. Medellin has become a hot spot for, cover your eyes. Hot spot for these crimes, especially targeting tourists on dating apps like Tinder and Bumble. Lame. Using those apps. Most victims, single men traveling. Oh, I already said that. This man was lucky enough to survive, remember enough, and fight back, but many don't. Let your friends or hotel know where you are. Don't take strangers home. Never leave your drink unattended if you do drink. Colombia. With an O. Thank you, sirs. And you know what? You know what I don't like? You can't do anything. Well, I guess I could post this on X. But I can't share it or anything on a useless desktop version of ridiculous IG. And I like IG. So watch out. Look, don't interact with this person, okay? This person, don't mess with him. That's what I suggest. That's destiny. He might be part Argentine. Or is he Cuban? Cuban? Yeah, Cuban. Okay, I was thinking David Pacman is Argentine. Yeah, stay away from David Pacman too. Even worse. No, I don't know. Shout out to everybody. We love everybody. Here's an old thing. Real just side note. We've never seen this before. Trump's drug war looks like a real war. That's because it is. Axios. This is kind of old. Then I'll get to your calls. September 4th, earlier this month, before, we're going into October now. More missiles, fewer arrests. President Trump's war on drugs is officially a war, not mere law enforcement action. So, and I don't want to... The U.S. has entered a new era in which narco traffickers are classified as terrorists, and Trump is claiming the right to kill them before they or their drugs reach this country. You sank that drug boat, and it's been more than one drug boat, I think, right? Alleged drug boat. Now, there are people who are very cynical and skeptical and even believing their doubts necessarily sometimes. Like that guy whom I really admire as a journalist, as a fellow journalist, Michael Tracy, the liberal atheist, but an independent, really American, I consider him, journalist guy who didn't fall for the Epstein melodrama that you guys fell for. And he didn't fall for the Russia thing. And he's not falling for the drug war thing either. And he didn't fall for the Iran bombing or the Syria bombing or the John Bolton hiring or anything that Trump is doing. Because he's not really pro-Trump. And because he's against war and all these things that are just, the Israel stuff and all that. Michael Tracy. So I don't know. But I think that he may be on the right track, honestly, Trump, in terms of like sinking a boat, because that puts you on notice. No drug boat has ever been sunk before, has it? Or has it? Not in recent memory, at least not at the top of my mind. Not that I know much about history. But a lot of people don't know much about history, but now it's the top of mind. Don't have a drug boat, kids. Trump may sink ya and arrest you, or even worse. Worse than just arrests, you may get dead from Trump's drug war, which is good because you want to. It sets a lesson. Let that be a warning. It puts out a warning. Anyway, thank you guys for bearing with me through that. Crazy stuff going on in the world. Be Erika, Kirk. Or let her be a role model, not T Swift. Top of the dung pile. This whole role model thing, just a side note, I'm kind of reviewing my stuff, what I've just covered. Role models. A role model is a replacement for a father and mother, which is to say, communist. Am I sweaty under here? It's communist. Role models are communism. You know how communism is a replacement for families? Government is a replacement for a mother, really. And a father, so-called. That's why I say role model is, that's what blacks wanted and young people wanted because they had bad parents. Because they didn't admire their parents. And they were bad kids. Crazy. War on drugs. Okay, so what was that? Horror. TikTok live stream horror. And brutality. Colombia. Argentina. Okay, nice. Thank you, guys. What's up, Mr. Pink? Let me get to BRANDI in Hawaii. Is it Hawaii, BRANDI, or is it Hawaii?
Hawaii? I don't know.
No,
I think that some people say it with like their slang, right?
Are you native
I swear,
to Hawaii?
no, I'm white.
I know you're white, but if you were born there, then you're native.
Oh, I guess my son would be considered native then. But I was born in Fontana, California.
Fontucky.
Yeah.
Nice. The boonies. It was considered the boonies back then, too. I bet.
Yeah. I think I was telling you last time I grew up in Lake Elsinore.
Yeah.
So I think the closest hospital was Fontana back in the...
You're kind of like my cousin, BRANDI.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Nice. Anyway. Closest hospital was where?
I think back in the 80s, the closest hospital was like the Fontana area.
Oh, wow.
From Elsinore.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. For those who don't know, Lake Elsinore is also boonies. It's even more boonies than Fontana. Fontana is way out, like an hour and a half, I guess, or 2 hours or something, outside of, maybe less, outside of LA, that away, east. And then Lake Elsinore is north of that. Am I right?
I think that Fontana is north of Elsinore.
Oh.
Like north inland.
Oh, so Lake Elsinore is further south.
Yeah, Elsinore is right in the middle of San Diego and LA. They're like exactly
right in
78
between,
miles. Yeah.
Whoa.
Right in the middle. Smack dab in the middle.
So, so is that the 15 freeway that passes through?
Yep.
Okay. Nice.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Cool. Nice. I like a little bit.
I think I'm like...
I kind of like geography now.
Yeah, I know, right? The older we get.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like 15 minutes from Corona.
Okay. Like
South of
Elsinore
Corona.
is?
Yeah.
Oh, who
And
knew?
it's like maybe 15, 20 minutes from Temecula, depending on the traffic.
And Lake Elsinore is desert, but it has a lake?
It's like the valley.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting.
It's like valley.
Cool.
It's the only natural lake in California, I want to say.
Whoa.
It's like where all the Indians used to live.
Wow.
So I was thinking about hiring an attorney, and I wanted to see what you guys thought. I started calling some on Friday. My son is autistic. You know, I was telling you that I am, and my son is too.
Mm-hmm.
But he's worse than me.
Right.
And in 2018, I was in the hospital. I got really sick, and they gave me Tylenol when I was pregnant, and I actually pointed out to them in the hospital, because I think Trump said something right like months before that. And I even pointed out that Tylenol said something, and they told me that Trump wasn't a doctor, and they don't know what I'm talking about. They never saw anything from Tylenol saying that. And then before I left the hospital, they made me vaccinate my son, because when his first shots came, I said something to them. I'm like, I heard some, really bad stuff, and I'm not sure yet if I want to do that. And they said, well, okay, if you do not do the shots today, then I'm going to have to turn you over to CPS.
Whoa.
And I was so sick. I was like down to 110 pounds. I had a hole in my stomach, and I could barely even walk.
And that was from something else, right?
Yeah, I got necrotizing fasciitis.
Oh, yeah. From, what was that?
I think my bowel perforated, and it gave me necrotizing. I'm pretty sure I have a lawsuit with Capilani Hospital already. Like, I already had one. And I tried to talk to attorneys back then, but they said because I had my appendix taken out that they weren't even going to try to fight it. But now my son is like worse than me, and nobody can answer that. And I actually went and talked to his doctor on Thursday, and I have a recording of him admitting that if we have a neurodevelopmental problem, say like we're super sensitive, say that we already are autistic somewhat, it's like a sensitivity to stuff. And if we are shooting ourselves up with stuff that we might be allergic to, it could be making us worse. And I actually have him admitting to it. And they strong-arm me. Even his pediatrician throughout his childhood, every time I went that he was due for vaccines, I would tell them I don't want them. I don't want them because I don't know, we just went through hell. He was premature already. And, yeah, we already went through a lot. And I'm like, I don't know if it's smart to put anything in him, knowing that he's like 4 pounds.
Is this the son with the prior guy, not your husband, not your current husband?
No, it's my husband. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's my only kid. He's my only son.
Where did he stand on all this?
Well, he said that whatever I wanted, because he, didn't keep up, but he's like, my older kids had vaccines, but that was back in the 90s.
Before
so
they had
it's
as
a little
many.
different. Yeah. And I'm like, well, I don't know what to do, so I didn't want to do anything, but they threatened CPS on us. And my husband's like, we can't fight CPS too. So even his primary doctor, when I go in for the shots, every time I tell him I don't want the shots, and they would say, well, if you don't take the shots, we have the right to turn you over to CPS, and we also have the right to kick you out of our office and not see you. So they're like somewhat, like that's a form of strong-arming you into them.
Why didn't you find some other doctor? Out of curiosity.
I tried to. At first, I didn't even go to that doctor, but they tell me it's like a Hawaii mandate they make you vaccinate your kid. And if you don't do it, they will threaten CPS on you. And
Have you
I
heard
swear to God,
stories?
they
Have
did.
you heard stories of where they actually take people's kids away? Or is this just a threat? Is it just like a threat, and it may not actually happen?
I don't know. I don't know if they're just threatening, but I was so sick. I'm like, I don't know what to do. I can't fight CPS and try to like.
Well, I can't
fight
give you
staying
legal
alive.
advice. What you calling me for?
So you think that I should try to contact an attorney and see what they say?
I can't give
If I have
you.
a
I
case?
can't give you that advice at all.
I'm pretty freaking positive that I am right, that they're poisoning us. And the whole autistic community is like, it's not Tylenol. And you know what? You're probably right. It's not Tylenol that's causing it. It's not vaccines that's causing it. We already have a sensitivity to these drugs, and then shooting us up with it, and we're poisoning ourselves and making us level 3 autistic. So I went in the other day to ask for that new medication.
The mainstream, I can tell you one thing. The mainstream in the courts, probably, and everywhere else, is not on your side.
No.
So I don't know if
I know.
you would be wise to go to court if something is so against your side.
But when do you
just
draw the line and
you'd
try
just be blowing money.
to fight back? Well, I think
It's too late to fight back.
malpractice-
You already vaxxed your kid or drugged your kid or whatever, right?
Yeah,
And the kid's already.
but
So what you fighting back about? What do you mean
because
fight back?
they need to stop making people vaccinate their kids.
They
It
don't need
should
to do
be-
anything.
What happened?
They can do
They
whatever
don't?
the heck they want.
I
Remember,
don't know if I agree with you.
one civilization, according to what I heard, they would behead some guy on a regular basis, or they would sacrifice people. They do whatever they want. So you're not going to.
Yeah, I
What are you
noticed.
thinking you're going to stop something?
I think that I could do something. I know they're all thoughts, but I'm pretty sure I'm right. And if this is like, they need to stop making and threatening people into these vaccinations.
Well, I don't. There is
And
no
he-
such thing
he
as they
straight
need to
up-
do that. That doesn't
The
even make sense,
doctor
right?
told
Brandy?
me
Brenda?
the other day,
Brandy?
the doctor told me that RFK was straight up lying to me. And he got up there, on, because it was like the
I'm
day
not
after. that
surprised to
he was
hear
lying.
that a doctor would say that.
So I asked him, so the transvestite
It sounds like you just
before
want to
him,
fight.
I want my kid to be fixed. I want him to be healed. I went in for that medication that,
Well, you shouldn't want
RFK
that.
said I could get. I shouldn't want my medication.
No, you shouldn't want your kid to be fixed
Why?
because it may not come to pass.
I still want it. It can't.
Don't
it's
you
gonna come
realize
to pass.
that's useless? That's a useless want. That's a miserable want.
No.
It is. You're in
I'm
misery
gonna-
right now. If you didn't want that, then you would accept what is, and you'd be a better mother to him, and you'd be a better person to yourself.
If they're purposely poisoning my kid,
It's not
I
about
have to
them.
do something about it.
It's not them, Brandy.
Hake, you guys and your little mind games, damn you.
It's not a mind game. It's you're getting played with the evil in the world, and I'm not disputing that there's evil everywhere, including what may or may not have happened to your boy and to you, but your lack of peace is not their fault, and your mission is motivated by desires and a lack of peace, and that's not going to get
They're
you
lying.
anywhere. It's not about
They're
them.
lying to me, though.
Yeah.
So I
Who
went in
doesn't
for
lie
that
to you?
medication.
Who doesn't lie to
I
you? I
went
bet
in-
you even you lie to yourself, and your husband lies to you. let them lie to you and just stay away from them. Now you know to stay away from them. Now you know that you don't trust them, and so want nothing to do with them. Now, if you think that you can get some win or whatever, you got no fight from me over that. But I don't really have high hopes. All these women pushing this anti-vaxxer stuff, you guys just lack peace. And I'm on your, and I'm kind of like leaning toward being kind of on your side, but you don't know either. You feel like you know, but you don't know, because this is the type of communist stuff they do, to where they don't know and you don't know.
So if RFK can prove that they are actually poisoning us, then it's going to be the biggest medical lawsuit in American history.
I don't know. I think they blah 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 blah. Because
so I went in for that medicine, though.
I'll tell you one thing, Brandi.
Yeah.
Proof doesn't matter.
Why not?
Because there's proof. There's all kinds of proof of all kinds of things, and nobody acknowledges the proof of those things. The world isn't going to change the way you think that it might change.
No, God's going to change stuff. You got to have hope, man. And faith. There's going to be a change.
A change gonna come. Change gonna come.
God's gonna save our ass.
A change is gonna come, saying Sam Cooke, before getting himself killed in alleged self-defense by a woman who ran a motel, at which another woman that he was trying to sleep with allegedly stole his clothes and his wallet, and he came in there all mad, and she shot him. And rest in peace to Sam Cooke. In self-defense. Meanwhile, he was thinking a change is going to come.
I understand what you guys are saying, but...
He had no peace, and he was sleeping around, allegedly. And he got robbed. Like he was in Medellin. Anyway, I'm clowning around a little bit, Brandi.
I know, but I went in for that medication, and they told me that it wasn't FDA approved. And then I look on Facebook, and all kinds of people are getting it. So they're like straight up lying to me. They won't even give me the medication that RFK is saying that will help like his brain get the folate to his brain. So I'm gonna have to like find a whole new doctor just to get that medication because they're playing little stupid games with me. How is that right?
You know what I hear?
Yeah. What?
Complain, complain, complain.
Yeah. Well, this complainer is gonna do something about it.
I definitely wish you well, Brandi.
I'm going to try, and I'll call back and let you know. I'm going to at least talk to an attorney. I'm going to at least talk to an attorney and see what they say.
Right on.
So,
yeah.
And I'll let you know how it goes.
Thank you, Brandi. I appreciate you.
All right. I'll talk to you next time.
All right. Take care. Oh, by the way, quick heads up, word to the wise. A trait of autistic people is they hyper-focus on something, and it seems too important to them. That sounds like it's...
I know.
And that's what everybody does, honestly. So everybody is autistic. What? But anyway, that's what happened to Greta Thunberg. She's on a mission to change the world because of global warming. And now you're on a mission to change the world because of autism and shenanigans.
No, I'm not going to change the world, but I think that I should have the right, if I come into the doctors and I say I don't feel comfortable with vaccinating my kid, that they should say, okay, no worries, maybe next time. Not if you don't vaccinate today, that you need to leave and I'm going to have CPS call you or I'm going to turn you over. That is not right, and that needs to stop.
The world is not right, though. The world is evil. And so God doesn't stop it. So you're not God that you should say it needs to stop?
Yeah, but we're Christians, and we should be speaking up for what's right.
Yeah, but now you're justifying your lack of peace with cloaked in Christianity.
What if you guys are wrong?
What if we're wrong?
Yeah.
About what?
You say that we shouldn't do anything and just
I didn't say you shouldn't do anything. I said you should have peace.
I'm going to have peace as I do something.
Okay.
I have peace. I'm not angry about it. I should, most people would be angry. There's nothing I can do about, the past, but I can do something for the future, and I should be able to have the right to say I want this medicine and not have them roll their eyes at me and laugh like, okay, RFK is going to give you this medicine like it's going to work. Like, that's what I'm getting when I call this office. Every time I call them and mention anything about Trump or RFK, they roll their eyes, they laugh at me. So it's like, that's very unprofessional, too.
Sounds like it.
So
Thank you,
I'm
Brandy.
going to at least try. I'll call you back.
All right. Take care.
All right. Have a good day.
You too.
Toodles.
Toodaloo. Ta-ta for now, TTFN. Disclaimer. And, oh, by the way, that song that I played, what was that song? I wonder if I have it in my history. If I go back, Estamos en el Norte, version 3. Estamos en el Norte. Buy Hake coffee. Come on. Estamos en el Norte. We're in the north. We can spend money. We can make money and we can spend money. Estamos en el Norte. Version 3. If you go to James Anton Hake on Suno. Make sure you do catch American Anchor Baby, okay? I do recommend it. He was really in the north. He really was. Jermaine in Canada is on the line here. Jermaine, what's up, man? Hey. Are you there? I think he's on mute. I'll get back to him. Let me get to Mark in Florida. Mark with a pertinent call from Florida. What's up, man?
Hey, how's it going, Hake?
Going well. Hey, good to hear from you.
Good. Yeah. I called the show, I don't know, once like last year or something. I was kind of messed up too because I hadn't really gone through forgiving my mom and dad and stuff like that.
Nice.
Yeah, so I finally did that.
Right on.
Yeah, and it's kind of like I'm a kid, like I'm learning again, how to, interact with people, and it's kind of weird because I'm 58 years old, so I'm just, the phone call is I'm just practicing, like, watching my thoughts, and then also kind of get in the conversation a little bit because I went to medical school. And it's funny, I guess I started getting upset a little bit listening to the last phone call because I started to develop an opinion about it.
Right.
Yeah, and so it's difficult because I did go to medical school and they taught you they're supposed to talk about the risk and the benefits of a medication. So
right.
They are, yeah, so I hate to do this, but they are supposed to, I don't know, be more objectionable about, well, the risks and the benefits of the medication or whatever you're taking or not taking.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I don't know.
But the culture is, and it's very politicized, if you will.
Yeah.
That it's been debunked that vaccines cause autism. So with that overwhelming thing, they're not gonna tell you everything.
Yeah, and that's a new subject. I haven't really done any research on it.
Me neither.
And that's what I would that's what I would that's what I would recommend someone to do is look at the pros and cons of anything, that particular medication, what's going on, and actually do your research. So when you're talking to a doctor, you're going to sound more educated, or it's not like CNN versus Fox News,
Right.
And so, yeah. So, it's really crazy to go to school and go through that. You sit through those classes. I mean, I go to the VA, and I finally got a good doctor, a male doctor, and I thought, man, he's sharp, and he's pretty sharp and everything. And then after the checkup, and he was trying to tell me he might put me on blood medication because I'm overcoming anxiety.
Okay.
Yeah, and that's kind of the underlying thing. My blood pressure was a little bit high one day. And so he's just saying, if this keeps up, I'm going to put you on blood pressure medication. And later on, I was thinking, you're not going to, I started getting upset. I was like, you're not going to make me do anything. So the point of all that, the point of all that was they just naturally tend to develop an ego.
Oh, yeah. Everybody. But you're talking about doctors?
Yeah.
Yep. Totally.
Because I was trying to figure out what went wrong here. He's, kind of sharp. He's not really, I don't know. He just explains some things, very clear. But that's also a tendency, I guess, when you're trying to develop this non-opinion thing, it's difficult. And one way, I guess, to help overcome it is to start looking at the other side, or start looking at their point of view. And so, part of this battle with the doctors is they can give you medications and they can do things to save your life. And so they start to develop this kind of an ego thing.
Yeah.
They see, so they see high blood pressure, they see COVID, they see something that's going on, and they're like, oh, a medicine will take care of that. And it is, And so, it's possible, that different medicines, they have, I think that's all I'm saying, to bring it back around, they have a potential benefit. And so I guess I would tell some people, hey, if you're having a problem with your doctor and medications and stuff, just take a look at what they teach you in school. When you go to school for medicine, it only takes 10 weeks to train somebody in the military to sit there. It only takes 10 weeks to train somebody to sit there and listen to you as your primary care doctor. You can go out, and in the military, you can, quote unquote, practice medicine.
Wow.
They think it only, a lot of people don't know that. So the point of this conversation is a lot of things are just very basic about medicine.
Yeah.
But when doctors go to school for like 6 years, it's like, what are they going for? It's good. Yeah, it's good to know these things because, yes, you want a doctor or somebody that's more experienced. They have more time for doing your vital signs and doing the, practicing medicine, which is a practice. It's a practice. But they're also at the same time, you can't help it, but you'll blow up your ego more. I mean, it's just there. I mean, it's just, I know this and I know, whatever like that. So, but if I know it. This is what I have internal turmoil, obviously, and I'm overcoming it. But I've noticed as I started to open up a little bit, I realized, man, I'm bottled up. I bottled up this stuff since the pandemic. I just go around and it's like, look at life and everything. I can't say it. I can't say this. Or that's what I was telling myself. I can't comment on it because I'm not a doctor. And then I finally, here lately, I've kind of realized this is what they tell you when this is what they train you or tell you when you're in school. And if more people kind of realize it, you don't really have to argue about these things so much.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
One thing that I really appreciate
going up.
One thing I really appreciate about JLP is he doesn't know, but he'll still question these doctors.
Yeah, exactly.
And, I don't even know if. Well, anyway, I started to comment on her situation where she's on a Brandi's situation where she took her children to these doctors who turned out to be scoffers, according to her.
Right.
And then she got trapped because she has to do whatever the doctors say, and if she doesn't, then they'll call CPS on her, according to her. And it's like she could have been more Mexican about it and shined them on and said, okay, yes, sir. Yes, sir. Let's schedule that. I can't do it today. And then just don't come back and don't answer their calls. And then,
Right.
you know, whatever. I mean, there's all kinds of ways to handle these things, but I don't know. It sounded like, whatever. People feel more trapped than they really are, you know? Anyway.
Yeah, exactly. And the key word there, what you said was according to her.
Right.
You know, I kind of tend to believe her.
Right.
Because I've been in those situations.
I don't know her
But
to
I
be a
think-
liar, but I just don't know.
Right.
Yeah.
And I think what you just came up with is that's not a bad advice right there. Is that when you see something going on that's terribly wrong, it's like, okay, that's fine. Yeah, just kind of plead the fifth or whatever, and
Yeah, play dumb and then get the heck out of there.
yeah,
Because it's kind of like
and then-
we're living in, you know, like a 1984 type of world where neighbors are reporting you, doctors are reporting you, teachers are reporting you. They take your kids away if you don't follow the LGBT agenda. You know that Hawaii in particular is a very liberal communist state and culture and government and neighbors. So don't trust people. And then don't
the
fight with
older-
them either.
Yeah, through the years, it's, you know, overcoming my ego has been very difficult because through the years, I mean, I've just learned so many things, and they're generally it's the conservatives, you know. I'm trying to not identify with it, but you know, it's a pretty hard, you know, independent or conservative, you know, view that I have, and but when I look at the world, it's just that every day or every week, it's like it's a different world. It's people talk about how they love America, and I love America, and I serve my country in the military, and etc. But a while back, I kind of realized we're kind of like the communists now.
Yep.
Because it's not. Yeah, it's not. You know, JLP will say, you know, I ask a question, is America coming back? And I'm like, it's kind of already gone, I guess, because lawyers and judges, the judges rule such a horrible way.
Yeah.
You know, I mean,
Totally.
it's just terribly wrong. Instead of like maybe you interject your opinion on something, but you know, maybe I guess I don't know if they're supposed to do that. But yeah, it's I don't know though. It's kind of gone because of mental health, because of medical stuff, and because of the judicial system, where liberals have been so conniving to be able to get in and work that little wedge between, you know, I hate to say what's truth or what's not truth because I forgot what that lesson was about. But yeah, working in lies they're just creating lies and stuff. But I don't know, all the bad stuff on an optimistic note, I guess. And we can cut it off there, but with all of the bad stuff going on, it would have to make you wake up, I would think.
No, not necessarily, man.
Yeah, I know.
I really liked the lesson
thought,
from JLP that pain doesn't wake you up and bad stuff doesn't wake you up necessarily. Love wakes you up.
I'll think about that. Yeah, it's and love is the truth, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, the truth is it goes from God. So
Are you,
very interesting. Huh?
if you don't
Go.
mind my doxing your decade, are you in your 20s or 30s or 40s or 50s or 60s or 70s or 80s or 90s?
That's funny. I'm 90 years old. And I'm right. No, I couldn't help it. Oh, I am 58.
Nice. Right on, Mark. So you're a
Yeah.
Gen Xer, I think, right?
Yeah, I'm a Gen Xer, but I feel like I've gone to baby boomer.
Okay. Okay. Right on, Mark. Appreciate your call.
Yeah, sounds good. Great.
Take care.
All right, this thing.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
I got to get to Jermaine in Canada, who's on the line here. Jermaine, thanks for calling. What's up, man?
Hey, Hake, how are you?
Doing well. How are you?
Nice. I'm fine. Hey, do you research? Do you even research, man?
I do not. Well, I only research on the fly. But anyway.
I'm just joking around. I'm just.
That's a reference
with that
to
guy.
my. Yeah, it's a reference to my call with what's his name? When Dylan Burns was on, and he had a couple of his fans called in.
Yeah,
that was
that's
a good call.
funny. Because it's funny. Church yesterday was amazing because it just shows that the amount of knowledge we have and we hold on to it, it drives us far away from the truth.
That's so true, man. It's and you hear people, they learn something and then they spout it like they know it, but they don't live it. Terrible.
Yeah. Terrible. Yeah, I'll try to keep it short. I was calling about, have you seen the recent video of Erika Kirk? I think this was on the weekend. They did a little show there, a little podcast.
No, I didn't catch that. I heard that there was that she hosted some podcasts. So she hosted her late husband's show, what was once her late husband's show?
Yes.
Okay.
He was pretty happy and smiling.
Yeah.
So she's kind of sending a mixed message out there to the public.
Well,
she's crying.
It's been more than 3 days, so she's supposed to be happy now.
Okay.
Because you're supposed to mourn for 3 days. I learned this from Jesse Lee Peterson. It must be true. And then wash your face and be done with mourning. And so she sinned, though, when she looked down and cried and said, I forgive you.
When
funeral.
you say mourn, what does that mean exactly?
I don't even know. Be sad. Not eat. Put sackcloth and ashes on your head. Wear sackcloth.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't know what you're supposed to do when in mourning.
Because there's a passage in the Bible. I might not quote it correctly.
Okay.
It's something about when you remember God or something like that, you mourn, and but when you meditate, the spirit fade, and you keep my eyes open. Something along those lines.
Oh, you'll have to find what it actually was, and let me know. You are crazy, Hake. She will never get over that, says David. She might get over it. I mean, if she turns around, it's something that's like shocking, and most people don't ever get over it because it's so shocking, and you think about it, and you hold on to it, and you feel bad, and all kinds of stuff. You had an expectation that life would go this way, and then life is very different, and so like horrifyingly snap here today, gone the next. I get it. I get it, David. Anyway, go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah. I don't know. It's just she was very dramatic, and then all of a sudden she shifted. So yeah, it's just weird. But who knows? She could just really have
But that's how normal people are. Like even babies. Babies will cry, and then they'll laugh, and then they'll laugh, and then they'll cry. And that's how people are too, because whatever the moment is, whatever emotion it brings out, people are very fickle. So even when my best friend growing up, my childhood best friend, okay? His mother got killed in a car accident. It was sort of a shock. I'm like, whoa. And I didn't feel sad, but it was like shock. I was surprised. And then, so like there was a little bit of excitement in that shock. And I texted a couple of friends in that excitement. And then I texted my friend whose mother died and said, I'll call him Bob. Hey, it's not really Bob, but Bob, I'm sorry. And when I texted that, because I was texting him and then thinking about his mother dying, and I liked his mother and she liked me, and like we were kind of cool. We were cool. Like we could be close if we wanted to, or if I wanted to be close with her. That's when like the emotion came. It didn't come until you think about that one thought. Talking with facing a person who's actually going through it or whatever. So it's kind of like that. Like I imagine that, you know how she went through all those emotions during her little talk that was where she got creepy at some points and dark and angry and vindictive looking. And other times she was like crying. Other times she was like chuckling a bit. That's how emotional people are. They're fickle.
That's the enemy.
Yeah. That's how babies are too. Babies, that's how that little girl is who her parents like all linked arms with her, and then the husband got taken away by ICE, and then the wife is like trying to hold on, and she gets carried off, and then she goes up to the guy, and the guy has to shove her, and then the little girl, watching this drama from her parents setting a horrible example, crying. So
nice. I have a thing on that, but I'll call you tomorrow about it.
That sounds
I'll
good.
Let someone else get a call, and I'll call you back tomorrow about that.
Thank you, man. So your point was that she was laughing and it was weird, kind of. That she's all
I mean, her performance, like Jesse said, I think it's a performance too.
Yeah.
At the funeral, and then she's just openly just relaxed and happy after. So I don't know. Maybe I'm judging. I don't know, but there's something there. I guess we'll just have to wait and see.
Right on, man. Thank you, Jermaine.
All right. Hey, we'll chat. Bye.
Bye. Before I get to, I want to get to Rick, but not quite yet. Before I get to Rick, I got to get to these super chats. Eric, 5 coffees. Hake, did you see the Tim Allen movie? I mentioned Tim Allen. I forgive the man who killed my dad, he declared. JLP makes a great point, by the way, that we don't forgive because we don't even have the right to hold it against them anyway. God has the right, and he doesn't hold it against them. We admit we're wrong for hating, falling to hatred. And that's what they're trying to do when they do evil to you, is to get you to hate them. Look when somebody, anyway, cuts you off on the road and you cut them off back and try to make them mad or whatever. Or try to make them see, whatever, just playing God. Did you see the Tim Allen movie, popcorn emoji, where he got busted for trafficking 1.4 pounds of cocaine? And to avoid a life sentence, he rolled over on the cartel? It was called Real Life with Tim Allen. Snowflake emoji. Snowman emoji. Is that a car or is that a police car emoji? Looks like it might be a police car emoji. No, it's just a regular car emoji. I was not aware of that. I don't know anything about Tim Allen's life. I disclaim this, Eric, with your 5 coffees. Thank you, sir. Camilla, 5 coffees and a member. Hey, hi, Hake. I bought a couple Hake shirts. Can't wait to wear them. Thanks for what you do. I'm also becoming a monthly supporter. Thank you, Camilla. Hopefully I'm pronouncing that correctly. Someone bought 3 coffees. Unreported crimes usually happen because at the scene there is an extra crime that happens too, and there's no evidence that anyone was interested in making a report, says someone. Wow, okay, all right, okay. But there's also times that are, unreported crimes that are but I bet you that there are ones that, like, police aren't even on the scene, but it's unreported, of course, right? And you don't report it for whatever reason. I mean, imagine if you're over in Medellin and you're there for 3 weeks, and on the 3rd week you get robbed, and you're like, oh, you mean I have to stick around another whole extra week to get file this reporting? No, thanks. That's too inconvenient. That could be another reason for unreported, even though it's like all messed up. And then there's also the crazy people, like that guy who allegedly who called in JLP, who allegedly, according to him, his live-in girlfriend turned on the stove gas, natural gas, and tried to do him in, and he, 11 years later, he's still crying about it and hasn't reported it. Interesting. Yes, the Tim Allen drug arrest is true, says Big Bump. Oh. Well, if Big Bump says it, then it may be true. Nice. Shout out. Good for him, I guess. Hope he, well, that's, stay here so that you don't get offed, you know? Okay, so let me get to Rick in Hampton, VA, who's on the line over here. Rick, thanks for calling and holding, sir. Go ahead. Rick, come off of mute. Are you there? Rick is a Gen Xer, I think. Rick, going once. Let me put him on hold. We'll check on him. In the meantime, let me double check on the people over here. What's up, Rumble Crew? Old Saucy and all of you guys. I agree with Jermaine that she is putting on a performance. Everybody's putting on a performance. Rick is gone, it looks like. This, oh, Eric. Oh, popcorn. Oh, let me read these super chats then. I have just a few minutes here. Thank you, someone, for your 3 coffees. Let me read this from Eric first. 5 coffees. Wake up, Brandy. The Matrix has you. Follow the white rabbit. I don't know what you mean by the white rabbit, man. But anyway, oh, here he explains. Pill means offering truth. Rabbit means seeking truth. Hole, rabbit hole, right? Seeing truth. Never thinking truth. Ah, interesting. Yeah. Nice. Popcorn, bought a coffee. I believe I understand what you're calling blindness, quote unquote. Is it possible you're blind when it comes to the great white hope? Yeah, yes, it's possible. Are you able to rationalize everything that he says or does, or as Jesse puts it, do you leave a little space between him and yourself? I leave no space. There is zero daylight between Trump and me. It may just be a difference of opinion, but when you say things like, if Trump is for it, then I am too. TOO. Or I'm only for it because Trump is. That doesn't sound like there's any space there. Well, I mean, Trump's way of going about things is he's established some trustworthiness. That's not thinking for yourself, alleges Popcorn, without evidence, which Jesse advocates for in the clip. In the clip that would always play before the show was about to come back on air from a break. How do you know that it's not thinking for yourself to be for it if Trump is for it? Like if Trump were for war in Iran, then I would be for war in Iran. If Trump is for war on drugs, I'm for war on drugs. Because he knows what's going on. I reason, right? Thinking for myself. I reason that he knows what he's doing. You know? And he's for America first. Israel, close second. Israel tied for first. There's no tie for first, Hake. You're... Cry me a river. I have 30 seconds for Rick in Hampton, BA. How you doing, Rick? Thanks for calling back. You got 30 seconds. Go.
Man, 30 seconds there, James. Sorry about that, man.
No worries,
but
man.
I want to say this, man. Have you been following the Virginia governor's race?
Not at all.
Well, I tell you what, man. I'm just going to let you know. I went to go vote this morning. I voted for Winsome Sears.
Okay.
She's the Republican.
Oh,
She's
yeah,
a black
that black
lady.
gal. I hope she wins for your sake, Rick. I got to go.
Man. Oh, man. Well, anyway.
Take care.
Well, can I say it real quick? Okay. Love y'all. Be good, James.
All right, you too, man. Peace in the Middle East, or at least in your hearts. Bye, guys. Take care. Oh, by the way, Anchor Baby is going to be off, not on this phone line. Okay, take care. Bye.